Justin Tafa, man. Good to get you back on the show. New year 2020. I know you started your camp last year, but how has the new year been for you so far?
Oh, it's been good, man. It's been good. Obviously, I was at Tiger. I spent Christmas and New Year's at Tiger, and then been here for a couple of weeks in Auckland. So, it's been good.
Yeah, before we get into Tiger and your training camp and being in Auckland, I want to go back to this video I saw of you just slamming this dude in the stomach. And tell that story, man. What's behind that?
Oh man, I finished training on a Saturday and I was just walking off, just getting ready to go get some breakfast, and then I think I got a guy from Perth in Australia just reckons to, you know, take a body shot, and I was like, oh yeah, if you want to, man, be my guest. And yeah, that's where it come from. Was like, he wanted to take a video of him seeing if he can take a body shot, and yeah, that's how it went.
Hey, it didn't look like it felt too good because his face was I don't know. Did you see him after that?
Yeah. Oh, I just couldn't believe it. I was like, far out. You sure you want to take a punch to the stomach, man? I didn't know anyone that does that. But no, he was good spirits. So after.
When you're down there, do you run into a lot of people from Australia? Do you run into like fans and stuff? Because I know a lot of people from Australia and New Zealand do go to Thailand to kind of train and go on vacation.
Yeah, there's a few. There's a few. But you gotta say there is always like a large contingent of Aussies that are in Phuket around the Tiger area.
What's the reaction you get from those people? When you see them, do you actually get to train with them and is that something you do?
Yeah, like sometimes I jump into like the group classes at Tiger, and I got to like get like a good training session. Then like sometimes it's in little groups and you get to meet people, and that most of the times it's like it's Aussies and that, and they kind of like come to your group, and then oh yeah, good work, man. Nah, it's all good.
Definitely.
It's like a good vibe, man. Good vibe.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's always good to kind of interact with the fans of the sport, especially in that environment. Because I think at Tiger in Phuket, it allows the fans to kind of go in and train with the pros and have fun with it. Because of course you guys are not going to go serious or go hard on the fans, but it is what it is, right?
Yeah, 100%. It's good. It gives them more of appreciation of what the fighters do, because after they're like, man, we're only here for 2 weeks. I don't know how you do it for like 6-7 weeks or whatnot. So it's good for them, good for us as well.
Let's go, back to your UFC debut. You stepped out in that stadium. There was like more than 50,000 people in that stadium. It was pretty crazy. Walking out to that amount of people. Can you describe that feeling?
Man, no, it was a good feeling, eh? Like, it's pretty hard to like put to words, like especially when I came from fighting in pubs and that, and then I think also it's a different thing when you get a good reception too, like there's one thing having 50,000 people, and then there's another thing having a lot of them screaming for you, man. You try to take it in, like and try to go with it. So I did, man. I just took it and just rolled with it, man. It was good, man. Crazy.
Your style, you go in there, kill or be killed, and you went in there, things happen, you got caught. Thoughts on how that fight played out, that 3 minutes of fighting?
Man, like I thought I was controlling the fight and whatnot. Like I was beating him to the punch, every strike. I knew I was controlling him, and the grapple was a lot stronger than him. Maybe in my mind, I thought I had stung him a little bit because I could just feel in his body he wasn't as strong, like reacting in the clinch. And I was like, man, this guy might be a little bit hurt. And just like in the fashion I like to do, try going for a big kill, but this time it just didn't come off, man. I got a bit too eager. I don't know, like I shot in like half a step too early. It was poor execution due to like, just wanting to give the crowd what they want,
Does that change anything in your approach, like during the fights? Because I've seen all your fights, and that was kind of going the same way as your previous fights.
Yeah.
Just
Sure,
it ended differently.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna change the way I fight, you know, because the way I fight's what got me there, you know. Like I just need to be a bit. I just had to drill more, you know, like drill, execute my things a bit better. It wasn't like, you know, like he had planned for that. You try to say that, but when you close your eyes and you swing and it's in the replays, that's just a reaction, man, you know. Just like when Weidman broke Silva's leg, you know, it was just like an instant reaction kind of thing, you know. So like, I'll still do you know, like I didn't regret not going in for the kill when I did. The thing I regret is just like not executing it better. Because it gave my interest there.
Definitely,
if I had killed him first, he would have died, you know.
How was the support, man, after that fight? Or did you feel like the haters came out a lot? You know, because I'm pretty sure you have haters out there too.
Yeah, man. Fuck, there's a lot of haters, but I didn't really care about the haters, you know. The only haters that do concern me are the ones on my own race, you know, like other Samoans begging me while doing nothing, eh? Those are the ones I'm like, man, I'm out here trying to represent our tiny nation, you know, we're a minority in this world. And you're out here trying to throw shade. Like honestly, they're the only ones that I was just like a bit agitated, but the rest of them I didn't mind, man. Like the more they hate, it's just the better for me, you know. A lot of people are like, oh, how do you feel after this loss? And then, you know, like it was a bad knockout and that. The only like bad things I took away from it was like, I just felt like I let my team down, you know. That's the only thing, man. My team, and then spending time away from family. Other than that, and I'm not out here trying to like get everyone's respect and all that. I know I hold myself respectfully, and I fight with my heart on my shoulder and on my sleeve and that. So like, you have to hate, be my guest, man. It's only gonna do me better, bro.
Do you feel like being around like legends and being in part of huge training camps and big fights previously, it kind of helps you to better kind of handle, you know, all the things that come with the UFC status?
Yeah, like I spoke about that before, just recently, like with my brothers and that. Like it was good. We got to like attend camps of fighters that were somewhat controversial to, like, you know, to the MMA community, like Mark, and you know, he always stirred, like, you know, there's always people hating on Mark, and then there's Ty as well, you know. Like we got to see their side and got to talk to them about it, and got to see, like, you know, how they deal with it. Because for them, they, you know, even like Mark on the scale of things, man, he haters galore, and it was good I got to see him last December, and you know, just catch up and kind of like just talk about all that kind of thing and all that, and that was good. It was real good.
What did Mark say to you? You know, because this was your first professional career loss. You know what I mean? And Mark's been through. He's been through the ringer, man. He's been through all of it. So what was something that he kind of, you know, embedded in your mind?
Man, he's just like, you know, like at least the worst happened, you know, first. This is what he reckons, you know, like at least it can't get any worse than this. And I was like, yeah, true. Just laughed off, and so like, man, just the only way you can, you know, the only way you can get back at it is if you get back at it, eh? And I was just like, yeah, we're all good, you know, like we knew what we signed up to, and it ain't always gonna be like nice wins and everyone cheering and all that. Some days, you know, it's kill or be killed, and the last time I got killed, and I just stand back up and roll, you know, run it back.
Yeah, man, you brush it off, you know, you jump into camp. I think I saw you went there to Tiger at the beginning of December, right? Is that when you started?
Yeah.
And you know, talk about that time, you know, until you actually went over to New Zealand. What did you work on, and what was the schedule like for yourself, or was it just business as usual? You're just doing the same thing?
Yeah, same thing, man. You know, like it was good going around December. Got to you know, got to wrestle a lot of big boys there. There's a lot of Russians there to wrestle, and you know, it's not like I do extra wrestling sessions or anything. I just do the same schedule as usual, but yeah, bigger bodies this time.
Wrestling those Russians and the Dagestanis and stuff like that is no joke. You know, I think a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah, man. Nah, big ups to the boys.
Why did you decide to, you know, head to New Zealand after training at Tiger?
Man, it was just cheaper, you know. It was just cheaper for the cornermen to fly out, And then obviously there's a relationship with Tiger and City Kickboxing, so it was just a smooth transition. Frank Hickman was already gonna be here. My brother just came from Australia, so which is only like a couple hours flight. It was just a teddy bear that had to come all the way from Finland. So I was all good. Shout out to Glenn, bro.
Yeah, definitely. Now, so you got 3 corners that's flying out with you. Your brother, Frank Hickman, Glenn Sparv.
Yep, same cornerman. It's just the way I wanted to be, you know. Like a lot of people, they're like recommending what I should do and all this and all that, but man, I lost the fight, you know, like because of myself. Like the training was good, the camp was good, I was winning the fight, and I made the mistake kind of thing. Yeah, like a lot of people they make drastic changes, like, and then like second guess themselves and second guess their team. And I'm not going to be like that. I wanted to come back and take the same team, you know, because I owe it to them, and I owe them the victory.
UFC 247, Houston, man, pay-per-view. You get on the pay-per-view again, and this time it's like John Jones is the main event. You know, a big title fight. You're the 3rd fight on the pay-per-view. You get another chance to fight in front of millions of people. Is there added excitement for you to be able to be on the pay-per-view?
No, you know what? To be honest, the last show it was because it was more, you know, like it was more at home to me, you know, like it was an Anzac War, you know, like it was more, I don't know, like the buzz was different because it was close to home, you know, like this time around I think it's still a big event and there, but it couldn't have got any bigger than a record attendance, so I think it's good, you know. I feel good.
You're facing Juan Adams, you know, another prospect in the heavyweight division. What are your thoughts on him?
Yeah, you know, he's good. He's had a few fights now in the UFC. He's got a high volume. He likes to throw a lot. He likes to wrestle. He's big guy. So I got respect for him, but man, Iran can fall, as I heard. No.
His last fight, right? Did you get a chance to watch it? The one against Greg Hardy. You know, what did you think of the finish and how, you know, Adams reacted to the stoppage?
I actually haven't seen it. I've only heard. I think I've seen a little highlight about it, but I didn't really care much about it because it was kind of like one of those ones you could argue both ways. You know, like obviously, I reckon it should have been stopped because there was like a lot of strikes that were unanswered, and then when he popped right up, I was like, oh, it didn't look like he was too hurt. But you can't just be laying there and getting punched. You
don't really watch the fights, your opponent's fights?
No, not really. Maybe like little snippets and that. Like if the boys want to be like, hey, look, this is what we're talking about, or you know, like see over here, this is what he does. But most of the times I don't. I didn't even watch my own fights, kind of.
Do you even watch fights in general, or do you just kind of live your life?
I didn't really watch fights in general. Like I think the last time I actually was like, you know, like really into the fighting was when I watched Mark fight Bigfoot the first time, you know.
Oh yeah,
that's probably the last. Yeah. So after that, I was like, damn, holy, I want to be like that. So,
yeah, definitely. That's a fight to watch. You know, it's interesting to some fighters that I talk to. They don't even know what card's coming up. They're just kind of focused on their own life and their own training and their family, and if it comes up, it comes up, you know, but they're not like a fan actually. They're just, it's their job.
Yeah. I'm kind of like that. Maybe there's like some fights I want to watch, but I'm not like going out of my way to go watch an event or like, you know, fighting's all good, but I just like fighting and doing the fighting. Yeah.
Juan Adams, you know, I watched the interview that he did, and he's predicting that he's gonna finish you in the second round, man. What's your prediction?
Yeah, man, I think I'm gonna finish him in the second round. You know, I think I'm gonna finish him, knock him out somehow. I'll find a way. I'll see it when I see him.
Yeah, I think that's why they put you guys third on the lineup, is because there's a high 99% probability that someone's getting finished.
Yeah, man. I'm going to go there for the finish. He's going to go for the finish. it's only going to be good for the crowd.
Right after you fight, the women's flyweight title's on the line. You know, Valentina Shevchenko is gonna defend her title, and she was actually training at Tiger. Did you get to spar with her a little bit?
Nah, she does. She has her own like thing going. I wouldn't even spar her anyways, man. I've seen her doing just kicking the bag, and I'm like, damn, that is some crazy stuff.
Is it that crazy for like how much power that you? Because you're probably there training next to her, so
yeah.
You know, what is the feeling?
Just everything, man. Like the power, the speed, the flexibility. She does it with ease too. I'm just like, what the? Her warm up looks intense, as it is. I'm like, damn. Nah, it's good. It's good seeing her around, man. She's, like you surround yourself with all these kind of people, and you just want to strive to be like them.
All right. Well, I want to get your thoughts on something that you don't even have to watch fighting to have an opinion on. Is the heavyweight champion Stipe Miocic is talking about he wants to go fight Tyson Fury. What do you think about MMA guys challenging elite boxers? Is that a good idea?
I don't think so, man. Like realistically, like they're just at different levels, man. Like how much of it is it about money? You know, that's what I think. Like, is it really for the challenge, or is it really to get a quick dollar before they retire? Which is still understandable, man. Stipe, he's done his work. He's put in the work for the UFC, so it's only deserving. He's at the back end of his career that he gets that money fight with Tyson Fury. By all means.
All right, one last thing before I let you go. The definition of success in combat sports, do you think it is money? Is it belts? Is it legacy? What is it for you right now at this point in your career?
For me, it's legacy. Like, man, all that money and that, like, it's all good. Belts are all good. But when you come from, like, where I come from and my background, like, for my community, like, especially the Samoan community, it's just having that legacy to say, like, like, this is what I've done for my people and that. I want to go down in history as one of the legends of Samoan MMA or Polynesian MMA, New Zealand MMA. And that's the biggest thing, just to be like another face for the young polys to look up to and know they can chase their dream, whether it be in MMA or whatever area they want to strive for.
All right, man. Well, February 8th, UFC 247, Houston, Texas. Justin, thank you so much for the time, man. Always good talking with you, and it's gonna be a fun fight. I think a lot of people are looking forward to this one. It's just heavyweight bangers just going at it, so it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, can't wait. It's good talking to you, man. It's good catching up.